What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So as you can tell by the title, today we're going to be talking about my biggest regret. This is like my single biggest regret when it comes to losing weight. When it comes to regrets, I really don't feel like I have that many in my life, especially like even gaining the weight, losing the way that I lost the weight. There aren't many things, like there's things that I kind of wish I would have done differently. Like if I knew what I knew now, maybe I would have done differently. But at the same time, I learned a lot from those, maybe mistakes or just maybe doing things not the perfect way that taught me, life lessons and things that I do now and how I help you guys. But this is the one thing that there's no like, I didn't learn anything from it. It's something that I'm like, I really wish that I would have done this differently, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. So I would have to say that my biggest regret is not taking pictures when I first started. So if you guys if you see like the before and after pictures that I use, all of the before, not even some of them, like almost all of the before pictures are pictures that I didn't take myself, right? Pictures that, at weddings or at family functions, things that like I had to take pictures for because it's an event that you take pictures at, right? But I have no pictures of especially when I was at my heaviest. I have some when I started losing weight, and I kind of want to talk about that a little bit, but I have no pictures of myself when I first started losing weight, when I was at my heaviest. And I especially have zero, not one picture of myself like shirtless when I was at my heaviest, which was 360 pounds. Now I know that nobody wants to take a picture of themselves shirtless when they're really overweight and they want to lose weight. I understand that. Obviously I felt that way because I have zero pictures of it. But the reason that I wish that I had that is because I can honestly say that if I try and remember, I've been doing this literally, I've been trying to remember all day today. That's why I decided to film this video of what I looked like shirtless at 360 pounds, and I genuinely couldn't tell you. I have no recollection of what I looked like at my heaviest. And the reason being, first off, as we're talking about now, I didn't take any photos. And second off, I literally avoided mirrors. Like when I would shower, I would go into the shower, I would take my clothes off, get in the shower, I would shower. My showers were always super hot, right? So there would be a lot of steam. I would get out of the shower, like just wipe the mirror a little bit, look at my face, make sure there's nothing crazy going on there, get dressed, and then I would never be shirtless for the rest of the day before I would go to sleep. I would turn off the lights, take my clothes off, get in bed. So I honestly have no recollection of what I looked like at my heaviest with my shirt off. And that's something that I genuinely wish that I had, because it's kind of a weird feeling knowing that I lived my life for 20 years like that, but I honestly don't remember it all. Now, I'm not saying that you have to take a bunch of photos and post them on social media. You don't have to do that at all. But I think that it's important, and I think that it can be really beneficial and helpful for you to have photos of yourself when you first started, and then obviously continue to take photos as you're losing the weight. I'm not saying you have to take a picture every single day, but maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, take like the same kind of photo in the same pose, because it's so helpful, especially when you're trying to lose weight, to have other ways to track your progress. We all know that the scale can be very fickle and it can be very hard, and it can fluctuate, and it can be you can put too much trust in it, you could freak out about the scale. We all know this, right? So if you have something else to look at to track your progress, that can be super beneficial and very, very helpful. And this is something that I realized later in the game. Like, I don't have any pictures of myself, like selfies, right, until I had lost a good amount of weight. Now I can only look back and kind of say, like, oh, I think this was like 4 months into my weight loss. I'm not completely sure. So if you are somebody that is planning on trying to lose weight, just take that shirtless picture, right? You don't have to post it anywhere, but just take it for yourself to have. I'm telling you, once you lose a substantial amount of weight, you will be happy that you took that photo. So as I was thinking about this today, I actually went onto my second Instagram. It's actually the first Instagram that I ever started. It's the Instagram that, like, when Instagram first came out, this is the Instagram that I had. So I went on that Instagram. So obviously I have Obesetobeast, that's my main Instagram. But then I have this second Instagram, and I went on there and I kind of wanted to scroll back and see, when I first started actually posting pictures of myself. So I thought it would be kind of fun to do that with you guys on screen here. So I have my screen recording right now. I hope it's working. I'm not the best with technology. So we're gonna go to my second account, John Glide. If you want to follow me, go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna scroll down, and I'm gonna start from like the beginning, the very first pictures that I posted on this Instagram, and these are old photos. Like I've had this Instagram for a very, very long time. Well, even, I guess we can kind of check and see when was the first picture posted. Okay, so we made it to the bottom of my of my Instagram, and it looks like the first picture that I posted was, of course, of my drum set, and this was taken in April 3rd of 2012. So this is what, over almost exactly 6 years ago? That is crazy. So I've had this Instagram for a long time. So it's really interesting kind of scrolling through this. As you can kind of see on the screen, I have 0 pictures of myself. Here's a picture. Breakfast/lunch at 7 p.m. is a humongous bowl of Fruit Loops. That's great. Oh, here's another picture of In-N-Out. Here's another picture of my Thanksgiving or Easter dinner. French bread for some reason. I don't know why I decided to post that. Okay, as you can see, I have no pictures of myself at all on this Instagram, and this is when I was heavier. So it looks like, oh man, it looks like the first picture that I posted of myself that was wearing these Minnie Mouse ears, and that's funny that this shirt that I'm wearing in the photo, it says "Born to be Big," and as you can see, it has like this bleaching mistake there. That was like, I don't know what happened, but I remember it was like one of the only shirts that I had that fit me, so I just continued to wear it. This is the first picture, and this was, I wouldn't say I was at my heaviest, but I was pretty close to being my heaviest weight here, and that shirt I believe was a 5XL. This is a picture that a friend of mine took, and as you can see, I am there in the background. But the point that I'm trying to show you guys is there's no photos of me, right? And the first photo I remember that I posted when I started losing weight of myself, and this was like a big deal, was this picture right here. So this is when I was working at Vons, and I was actually working in the meat department. But I think this was before I was actually in the meat department. I was working as a courtesy clerk. Basically, I was just a bagger. But I remember this was like a really big photo for me. It was a big deal for me because this was the first like selfie that I had ever posted, like legit, like of my whole body. That other picture I'm like wearing the Minnie Mouse ears and it's like cropped, right? But this picture, like you can see my legs, you can see my whole body, and for a long time that was something that I literally never posted on my Instagram, and I had this Instagram for almost a whole year before ever really posting a real selfie. And this was a really, really big deal for me. But again, and this is when I had started losing weight. I had lost maybe about 50 to 60 pounds in this picture, but that was a big deal. And again, like I said, I really wish that I had shirtless pictures and like pictures of when I first decided to start losing weight, but I don't. Another thing that I think that is really interesting is, as you guys can see, once I first posted that picture, I was actually a lot more comfortable, and you can see I'm posting a lot more selfies and like pictures of my body. And I remember I've used this picture before in a lot of transformation photos, and you can just see the progression of weight loss in these pictures. And I remember like a lot of these pictures I'm wearing shirts that I never thought I would be able to fit into, and like a lot of stuff was happening. Like this picture I remember being like blown away, and you can tell these pants are like way too big for me. But again, like it's really cool now that I was comfortable in front of a camera that I have these pictures, right? Like I remember this picture, it's crazy to me looking at this because I feel like I'm so skinny in this picture. It was before I was lifting at all. But again, like these are all it's just cool to be able to look back and see these photos and you know, compare my progress. Whew. Got the sweat rag today. So the point that I'm trying to make here is I completely understand that it's not comfortable, it's not fun to take pictures of yourself, especially when you're not very proud of how you look at the moment. And I get that. For me, I don't know if I'm like everybody else. I can only speak for myself, but I know for myself, I don't remember what I looked like shirtless, you know, what my body looked like at my heaviest, and that's something that I wish that I had. It's something that I wish I can compare my current body to, because you guys know, you know, I have the loose skin, so it would be cool to be able to be like, man, this skin is from that body, and I don't have that picture, and it's just something that I really do regret. So I hope that this video, if anything, kind of motivates some of you out there that might be just starting your weight loss journey, or maybe you already started a little bit ago, to take that shirtless picture, or just that picture in general, right? It doesn't have to be shirtless. Take that first picture, save it in your phone. You don't need to post it anywhere, but you'll have that to look back on in a month, in 2 months, in 2 years, in 6 years, and be able to compare. And I think that that's really valuable. But there you guys go. that's the video, that's the rant that I had. If you're afraid to take those pictures, just take them. You don't need to post them anywhere, and I really think that it will be beneficial in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed looking through my old Instagram, and hopefully too many of you guys don't judge me too much. But I really appreciate you guys watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There was one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look how buff I am.
Obey the warning signs, and when there are flashing lights or wigwags, don't attempt to cross until they come to a complete stop.